had the sweetest dream. It was a perfect summer night. Every star in the sky shone its brightest just for me. The aromatic scent of hibiscus floated on the midnight breezes. I could hear the tranquil sounds of the Nile in the distance. I dreamt I was the queen of all this loveliness. If Eden had been half as beautiful, there must be no earthly words to describe its wonderment, for this land was perfect, and I was in paradise. I was surrounded by the native people. Every eye stayed transfixed on my face. They revered me. I was their queen. The beasts of wild were on their best behavior, for they knew they were in the midst of royalty. Drum beats reverberated off huts, trees, people, heartbeats. I graced them with my smile, waving to each one they were special. I was just starting to get into this dream. Oh yes, I was loving the feeling when I heard the alarm clock ringing, waking me from a state of nirvana. Slowly, I awoke, for I wanted the moment to last 5 seconds past eternity, but I knew it was a dream when I rolled over and bumped into the body of the person who'd been calling me his bitch and his whore while he knocked me around only moments before I slumbered. I labored to open my swollen, crusty eyes, trying to ignore the soreness of my limbs that didn't hurt half as much as the words echoing off the walls in my mind. Like a heavy game of racquetball, I felt each vicious remark, heard the cruel words slicing into my psyche, playing games with my mind. I knew I was none of these things, but no matter how many times I told myself that I wasn't, I acted the very way he called me. Who was this stranger sharing my face? She wasn't me. Couldn't be. I was so much more than that. When we first met, he used to call me baby, spend all of his extra time with me, smiled when he saw me, loved to love on me, picked up his phone to ring me just because. Now it's a struggle just to get him to call me by my name. My belly has swelled several times with the fruit of his seed, pint-sized clones of him, each one bearing his face as though crafted from a mold made with his own hands. They were truly his kids, these little miracles I showered with love, who spoke to him with adoration in their voices and disgust when they addressed me. Just the other day, my son, my firstborn, the object of my affection, threw his glass of orange juice at me, saying to me, "Bitch, didn't I tell you I wanted a peanut butter sandwich? Why did you give me ham?" Now, I snitched his little behind up off that chair, telling him how dare he speak to me like that, reminding him that my name was Mama. He looked at me all innocent. Do you know what he said? My 7-year-old child said, "Well, that's what Daddy calls you." Now, that let all of the wind out of my sail. I couldn't even whip his behind because he was right. Of all the things that have hurt me in times past, nothing has ever cut as deep as the unknowing words from my child. I take one last look at the lump in the bed. For today, we are leaving here. I need to get away to become the queen I used to be, yesterday's queen.